Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Business English Desk. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jamie. And okay, today we're going to start with a little experiment.
Ooh, I like experiments.
So I'm going to say 4 sentences, and I want you to notice how each one feels slightly different, even though they're all saying roughly the same thing. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. I think it's going to rain today. I believe this is the right decision. I guess we'll just have to wait. I suppose that could work.
Same idea, some level of uncertainty, some personal opinion, but each one feels completely different, doesn't it?
Completely different. Like one feels casual, one feels serious, one feels reluctant, one feels resigned.
And once you feel exactly what makes each one different, your English will sound so much more natural, so much more precise.
So today we're covering think, believe, guess, and suppose.
4 words, 1 world of opinion. Let's get into it.
So think is probably the one you use most often without even noticing. Like it just comes out.
Right. And think is the most neutral, most everyday, most flexible of today's 4. Like it's the default, the go-to when you want to express an opinion or a judgment that you're not completely certain about.
So the core of think in this context is sharing a personal opinion or reaching a conclusion based on what you know. Like, I think this is the right approach, meaning, based on what I know, this is my assessment, my opinion. I think so.
And think doesn't require strong conviction, like it's comfortable with uncertainty. I think it's Tuesday. Like you're not completely sure, but Tuesday is your best guess, based on what you know.
The confidence level of I think it's Tuesday is just barely above 0.
Like you know approximately what day it is.
Which is sometimes genuinely all we have. And think works in so many ways. Like, what do you think is one of the most common questions in any conversation, in any language?
It's an invitation for someone to share their opinion. And it's so natural in meetings and friendships, in any situation where you want someone's perspective. What do you think?
And I think so, or I don't think so, are such everyday responses. Like someone asks, is the office open tomorrow? And you say, I think so. Meaning, based on what I know, probably yes, but I'm not certain.
And I think so is so much more natural than, I am of the opinion that the office will likely be open. Like nobody talks like that.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody. And think about and think over are really useful connected phrases. Like, let me think about it, meaning I need time to process this. I'm not ready to give you an answer. Let me think about it.
And think over, like I'll think it over, has that same feeling of needing time, but slightly more deliberate, like you're going to examine it from different angles. Think it over.
And think outside the box is one of those phrases that got very popular in corporate settings.
So popular that it slightly lost its meaning.
Yeah, like you'd hear it in every meeting. We need to think outside the box. And everyone nods, and nobody is quite sure what the box is.
Or how far outside it we're supposed to go.
Is there a map? And I thought, as past tense, is used constantly for realizing something was different from what you expected. Like, I thought you said Tuesday, meaning that was my understanding based on previous information, but apparently I was wrong.
And that I thought carries this slight, gentle, correcting energy. Like you're not accusing, you're just presenting what you believed and comparing it to reality.
And second thoughts is such a useful phrase, like I'm having second thoughts, meaning I was decided, but now I'm reconsidering. I'm thinking again. Second thoughts.
And on second thought is how you change your mind gracefully. Like, on second thought, let's go with the other option. Meaning, I've reconsidered and this is my new position.
So think is the most neutral and flexible of today's 4. Works for opinions, assessments, and decisions. Comfortable with uncertainty and lives in think about, think over, I think so, second thoughts, and on second thought.
Okay, expression 2.
believe. And this one immediately feels more serious, more committed than think. Right, like if think is sharing an opinion with a light touch, believe is stating something you feel more deeply, more convinced about. Like, I believe this is the right decision. That's not just a casual opinion, that's a conviction.
And believe often implies something that goes beyond just what you know. Like, you might believe something even without complete evidence, because something inside you feels it's true.
Like, I believe things will get better. You can't prove that, you don't have data, but you believe it. It's a conviction, a trust, a faith in something.
And that quality of conviction without necessarily needing proof is really the heart of believe. Like, it has an emotional component that think doesn't quite have.
And believe in is so different than believe that. Like, I believe in you, meaning I have faith in you. I'm convinced of your ability. I believe in you.
Versus, I believe that you can do this, which is more like expressing a thought or judgment. Believe in is warmer, more personal, more supportive.
And believe in is one of the most powerful things you can say to someone. Like, I believe in you genuinely changes how people feel about what's possible.
It really does. Like, those 3 words from the right person at the right moment can genuinely shift something in you.
Completely agree. And believe it or not is such a fun phrase. Like, believe it or not, I've never seen that film. Meaning, I know this might be surprising or hard to accept, but it's true. Believe it or not.
That phrase always sets up either something very impressive or very embarrassing.
And you never know which one is coming.
You just brace yourself. And make-believe is such a lovely phrase, like they were playing make-believe, meaning pretending, imagining something as if it were real. Make-believe.
And I can't believe it is one of those phrases that works for both positive and negative. Like, I can't believe she said that. Could be shock, could be admiration. The tone tells you which.
And beyond belief means something is so extreme it's hard to accept. Like, what happened was beyond belief, meaning it was so extraordinary, so hard to comprehend. Beyond belief.
And believer as a noun is used in really different contexts. Like, she's a true believer in this method, meaning she's deeply convinced, fully committed. She believes completely.
So believe carries more conviction and commitment than think, often involves emotion and faith beyond just evidence, works for deep opinions, convictions, and trust in people, and lives in, believe it or not, make believe, and beyond belief.
Okay, expression 3. Guess. And this one shifts the energy completely.
Right, because guess is the most casual, the most uncertain of today's 4. Like, when you guess, you're not claiming any particular knowledge or conviction. You're just throwing something out there based on very little or nothing at all.
Like, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Meaning, I don't really know. I'm not sure. That's just my vague sense of things, I guess.
And guess often signals that you're not particularly invested in whether you're right. Like, I guess so, is probably the least enthusiastic agreement in the English language.
Like, someone asks, do you want to come? And you say, I guess so. That's a yes, but it's the most reluctant, barely there yes possible.
It's yes that's doing everything it can to become a no.
Exactly. It's yes, but leaning heavily toward the exit.
And I guess, as a filler, is actually really common in native speech. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it softens the statement, makes it feel less definitive, more tentative.
And sometimes people use I guess to be polite, like they actually have a strong opinion, but saying I guess makes it sound less pushy, less like they're telling you what to do.
Like, I guess you could try that approach, meaning, actually, I have doubts about this, but I'm trying not to be too direct.
I guess as diplomatic cover.
Exactly. The most polite way to express mild skepticism.
And guess what is such an exciting conversational phrase. Like, guess what? I got the job. It's an invitation to be surprised, to share in the excitement. Guess what?
And the thing about guess what is that nobody ever actually guesses. Like you say it, and the other person just says, what? Because that's what you're supposed to say.
It's a social contract. Guess what? What? Every single time.
Without exception. And your guess is as good as mine is such a real phrase. Like someone asks you something you genuinely have no idea about, and you say, your guess is as good as mine, meaning I have no more information than you do. We're equally uncertain here.
And educated guess is such a useful phrase. Like, I'll take an educated guess, meaning I don't know for certain, but I have enough information to make a reasonable estimate. An educated guess.
And that phrase is so used in professional settings, like someone asks for a number or a timeline and you don't have exact information, so you make an educated guess.
And guesswork, as a noun, is often used slightly negatively. Like, we can't base this decision on guesswork, meaning we need actual information, not just estimates, not guesswork.
So guess is the most uncertain, most casual of today's four, signals little investment in being right, can be used politely to soften opinions, and lives in I guess so, guess what, educated guess, your guess is as good as mine, and guesswork.
Okay, last one. Suppose. And this one is really interesting because it sits somewhere between think and guess, but with its own very specific flavor. So the core of suppose is accepting something as probably true, often without complete enthusiasm. Like, I suppose that could work, meaning I'm acknowledging the possibility, I'm not rejecting it, but there's a slight reluctance, a slight lack of full conviction.
And that reluctant, slightly resigned quality is really the heart of suppose. Like, I suppose you're right. Sounds very different from I think you're right or I believe you're right.
Right. I think you're right is a casual agreement. I believe you're right is a more confident agreement. But I suppose you're right is, okay, fine. I can see your point even if I'm not entirely happy about it.
It's agreement with a tiny cloud hanging over it.
Like the agreement came with mild emotional protest.
Exactly. And suppose so, like I guess so, is a reluctant yes. But suppose feels slightly more thoughtful, more deliberate than guess. Like I guess so is barely paying attention.
But suppose so has at least considered the question before agreeing reluctantly.
I suppose so is the more intellectually engaged version of not really caring.
Perfectly put. And suppose is also used in hypothetical situations. Like, suppose we did it differently, what would happen? Meaning, let's imagine, let's consider a hypothetical scenario. Suppose.
And that hypothetical use is so common in planning conversations, in debates, in any situation where you want to explore a possibility. Suppose we moved the deadline. Would that help?
And suppose in that context is almost like what if. Like, suppose it rains, meaning what if it rains? Let's consider that scenario. Suppose it rains. And I'm not supposed to is such an important connected phrase. Like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, meaning the rules or an expectation say I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Or you're supposed to arrive at 9, meaning that's what's expected, that's the rule. You're supposed to.
And supposed to is one of those phrases that learners sometimes mix up with should. Like they're similar, but supposed to often implies an external expectation or rule, whereas should is more about what's advisable.
Like, you should eat breakfast is advice, but you're supposed to eat breakfast before taking this medication is a rule, a requirement, an external expectation.
And what's that supposed to mean is one of those phrases that can go very wrong very quickly in a conversation.
Because it's rarely a genuine question.
Nobody who asks, what's that supposed to mean, actually wants a calm explanation.
They want you to acknowledge that what you said was slightly offensive.
Every time. And I suppose as a conversation softener is really elegant. Like instead of saying, yes, you're right, I was wrong, which can feel a little harsh, you say, I suppose you have a point. And it's much gentler.
And that ability to concede gracefully without losing face is actually a really valuable social skill in any language.
So suppose accepts something as probably true, often with mild reluctance, less casual than guess, more hesitant than think, used for hypotheticals and reluctant agreement, and connects to I suppose so, supposed to, suppose we, and what's that supposed to mean?
Okay. Roleplay time.
Yes, so the scenario is two friends, Mia and Daniel, trying to make a decision about where to go for the weekend, which sounds simple, but is somehow always incredibly complicated.
The hardest decision two humans can make together.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so where do you want to go this weekend?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think the coast could be nice, but I'm not sure about the weather.
I guess we could check the forecast.
I already did. I suppose it could be okay. There's a 30% chance of rain.
30%? I think that's fine. I don't believe 30% is enough to ruin a trip.
I guess you're right, but I suppose we should think about what we'd actually do if it does rain.
Good point. What do you think is near the coast, like indoor options?
I believe there's a really good art gallery someone told me about.
Oh, interesting. Do you think it'll be crowded on a Saturday?
I suppose so. Saturdays are always busy. I suppose we could go early.
I think that's a good idea. Or suppose we go Sunday instead. Would that work?
I suppose Sunday could work. I don't think I have anything on Sunday.
You suppose you could work. You don't think you have anything. You're being very uncommitted right now.
I'm sorry. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing this weekend.
Okay, well, I believe a weekend away is exactly what we both need. And I think the coast is the right choice.
I suppose you're right.
That's the most reluctant agreement I've ever heard.
No.
I mean it. I think the coast is a great idea. I guess I'm just tired and indecisive today. I believe food will fix that.
I think you might be right.
I don't guess. I know.
Okay. Coast, Sunday, early start, gallery if it rains, I suppose. That's a plan.
I think that's a plan with a little more enthusiasm.
I think that is an excellent plan.
Much better.
And there it is. All 4 words in the most relatable conversation 2 people can have.
The where should we go conversation happens everywhere, in every language.
Every weekend. Did you catch them all?
I think the coast could be nice. Casual opinion, not fully certain. I guess we could check the forecast. Very low investment, vague suggestion.
I suppose it could be okay. Reluctant acceptance. Mild resignation.
I believe 30% isn't enough to ruin a trip. Stronger conviction, more committed opinion.
I suppose we should think about reluctant consideration.
I guess you're right. Casual, reluctant agreement. Suppose we go Sunday. Hypothetical, exploring an option.
I suppose Sunday could work. Reluctant acceptance. I don't think I have anything. Casual assessment of your own schedule.
I believe a weekend away is what we need. Genuine conviction, emotional commitment.
I believe the coast is the right choice. Clear opinion with some confidence.
I suppose you're right. Reluctant agreement, the resigned version. I think you might be right. Casual agreement. I suppose that's a plan. Reluctant but accepting. I think that is an excellent plan.
The journey from I suppose to I think that is excellent in one conversation.
Character development. Okay, quick quiz time.
Let's go.
Listeners, fill in the blank with the right word. Think, believe, guess, or suppose. Ready?
Sentence 1. Blank what? I just got promoted.
Guess what? An invitation to be surprised. Think what or believe what don't work here. It's always guess what.
Yes, and the only correct response is what?
Always what? Every time.
Sentence 2. I blank so, but I'm not completely sure.
Think. I think so. Casual, uncertain, not fully committed. I believe so would work too, but with more conviction.
Sentence 3. I blank, we all knew deep down that this was the right path.
Believe. I believe we all knew. Deeper conviction, something felt, not just thought, an emotional quality.
Sentence 4. Blank, you could try calling first. What would happen?
Suppose you could try calling. A hypothetical, exploring a scenario. What if energy?
Sentence 5. I blank, we'll just have to figure it out as we go.
Guess or suppose. Both work. I guess we'll figure it out, very casual, low investment. I suppose we'll figure it out, slightly more considered, mild reluctance.
Sentence 6. What do you blank about the new design?
Think. What do you think about the new design? The most natural, most neutral way to ask for someone's opinion. What do you believe sounds too heavy for a design question.
Unless it's a very serious design.
A design that requires conviction.
Sentence 7. I blank, you're right, but I'm not happy about it.
Suppose. I suppose you're right. That reluctant acceptance, the slight resistance, the mild cloud over the agreement.
The agreement that came with terms and conditions.
Exactly. Sentence 8. We can't base this on blank. We need real data.
Guesswork. We can't base this on guesswork. The noun form. Estimates without real information.
Perfect. Sentence 9. I blank in giving people second chances.
Believe. I believe in giving second chances. Believe in. Faith. Conviction. A value you hold deeply.
And last one, sentence 10. I blank, I'm not really hungry, but I could eat something small.
Think. I think I'm not really hungry, or I guess I'm not hungry. Both work, but think sounds slightly more self-aware, like you're checking in with yourself. I think.
Listeners, how did you do? Drop your answers in the comments. We read every single one. Okay, let's bring it home. Today's 4 words.
Think. The most neutral, most flexible of today's 4. Casual opinion or assessment. Comfortable with uncertainty. Doesn't require strong conviction. And it lives in think about, think over, I think so, second thoughts, and on second thought.
Believe.
Stronger conviction, more emotional commitment, often goes beyond what you can prove. Works for deep opinions, faith in people, and core values. And it lives in, believe it or not, make believe, and beyond belief.
Guess.
The most uncertain, most casual, signals little investment in being right, very low commitment, works for vague estimates, reluctant agreement, and polite softening, and it lives in I guess so, guess what, educated guess, and your guess is as good as mine.
Suppose.
Reluctant acceptance, more considered than guess, less convinced than think, often slightly resigned, works for hypotheticals and graceful concession, and it lives in I suppose so, supposed to, suppose we, and what's that supposed to mean?
Whew. 4 words, 1 world of opinion.
And the way I think about them is like this. You're fairly certain, think. You feel it deeply, believe. You're barely sure, guess. You're reluctantly accepting, suppose.
That is such a clean and precise way to put it.
I think so.
I believe you're right.
I guess we agree.
I suppose that's a good sign.
We really are the best.
Okay, before we go, your challenge this week.
Pick 2 of today's 4 words.
Just 2.
And notice how you use them in real conversation this week.
Like when you're about to say, I think, ask yourself, is this really a think or is it more of a believe or a suppose?
And when someone says, I guess so, notice the energy behind it. Is it genuine enthusiasm?
It is never genuine enthusiasm.
Never once in the history of language.
Drop it in the comments, tell us which one you caught yourself using and whether it was the right one.
We genuinely love reading those.
Every single one.
If today helped you, hit that like button.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
New episodes every week. Real English, real conversations.
Share this with someone you think would find it useful.
Or someone you believe needs it.
Or someone you guess might enjoy it.
Or someone you suppose would appreciate it.
We used all 4 in the goodbye.
We always deliver. This has been Business English Desk. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jamie, and we'll see you in the next one.
Think big.
Believe in yourself.
Guess less.
And never just suppose when you can know.
Bye.
Bye!